Hello, everybody. How's it going? As you can see, I'm not alone today.
I get to be on Boss Mom page today.
I have someone special with me. It's my husband, Jonathan White, and normally with Boss Mom Life, I talk about all things Boss Mom, but we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and I thought it would be super awesome to do a video where I kind of invite you into the wife, mom, boss world. And because it was such a big celebration for us, our 10 years, super exciting. We have so many lessons that we've learned. We thought that we would share it with you guys. What better way?
I mean, basically, we professionals now. 10 years in the game, it ain't nothing we don't know about marriage.
I don't know about that. Oh, but we do know a few things, and we have learned a lot of different things.
Definitely.
So welcome to Wife, Mom, Boss today, not just Boss Mom Life. And our topic of the day is 10 years and 10 lessons. So we decided it would be really cool to kind of just share 10 things that we've learned, lessons we've learned, things we've learned that have impacted our marriage. It has been a journey, to say the least.
Yeah. It's been a blessing.
Yes.
But man, in 10 years, it's called 10 years, 10 lessons. I learned way more than 10 lessons in 10 years.
Oh, definitely.
I'm telling you, Facebook make it look sweet. Instagram make it look sweet. Everybody on the outside looking in, they be like, man, y'all got this together, y'all do. I'm like, yo.
Hashtag relationship goals, please.
I'm like, listen. I love my wife. I love being married.
As you should.
But I learned some lessons, and some of them I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
So without further ado, can we jump in it?
Let's go ahead.
Let's go right into it.
You go ahead and start.
So the first lesson that I've learned is to learn. This is tip number one. Tip number 1 out of 10. Learn your spouse's love language. Man, this is so crucial to learn your spouse's love language, because I remember on our first anniversary, it was August 9th, of course, 2009. We had a nice hotel getaway planned for that night. All day I'm gone, right? I'm getting stuff fixed on the car.
Who's the man?
All day I'm just gone from the house the whole day, right? I think I had a glass window I got put in. I didn't spend no time with her. But really, I'm thinking like everything will be cool, right? I don't gotta see her. It's our anniversary. We're gonna kick it that night, and I'm gonna see her overnight. I didn't know her language. So one of her languages was quality time. I spent no time with her, running all these errands, and then by the time I got home that night, August 9th, 2009, by the time I got home and taken her to the hotel, she was pissed. Can I be a Christian and say pissed? She was pissed at me, y'all. She was so angry. So I want to tell you guys, that's just one of her love languages. But for the fellas, guys, we miss. I heard a pastor tell me. He said a lot of times we travel in marriage and we miss each other. We miss each other. We don't quite understand what our spouse's language is, and it causes frustration because we thinking as men that we doing something right. And she's like, yeah, you doing something right, but it's the wrong thing. It's right for somebody else and not me.
Yeah.
So we have to learn our spouse's love
Yeah,
language.
and a lot of times we try to speak to our spouse in whatever our love language is. So if your love language is like quality time or that's what you tend to give. Or if your love language is acts of service, you're around the house washing dishes, and that person is like, I don't care about that. I would like you to buy me a rose. So, be mindful definitely of that. Stop giving what you expect as a love language and learn your spouse's love language. I'm going to go into the second one because the second one kind of taps into the whole love language thing. So the second one is what used to work won't always work. We are always evolving. So even when we talk about the whole love language thing, like that was my love language back in the day, but right now it's totally different. So...
Hey, Craig, should I get away from it? Let's spend some time somewhere else.
Whatever, the live details, whatever. So we have to remember, like, we are always evolving, we always changing. We give ourselves the grace to say that, like, well, I'm growing, like, you should just understand. But a lot of times we don't give our spouse that same grace and extend that grace to them. So, like, what used to work, maybe, buying flowers was, like, the special thing to do, but that doesn't work anymore. You know what I'm saying? And we always evolve and we always changing. So we need to make sure like we are communicating with each other like, what do you like now? In this season of life, what do you like? What I like as, us just being married and no kids is totally different than what I like being married and now having 1.10. Well, how many?
39 weeks.
I'm 39 weeks.
This baby might come tonight. By the time y'all see this video, this baby might be out.
That baby better be out by the time you see this video. But you just never know. So we're always evolving, we're always changing, and you want to make sure you extend that same grace. You want somebody to extend you because that's what we do. We're human, we're going to grow, we're going to evolve, and hopefully become better creatures. So, yeah. All right.
I love that. What a great point.
Your turn.
Number 3, we're going to keep it flowing. Number 3, man, I used to do this all the time. Fellas, listen to me. Listen to me because this got me in trouble, man. And it still get me in trouble if I don't stop. But listen, it says, stop trying to fix it. Shut up and listen.
Just listen.
Let me tell you. Man, I used to be at work and Ariel would call me and she'd be like, this happened and that happened. Me being the man, I'm thinking, okay, she's telling me all these problems. Let me give her a solution right now. And I'm telling you, as soon as I gave a solution, she would fire back, would you just listen to me?
Yeah.
Stop trying to fix my problem.
And it wasn't just that. It's that he was not listening to listen. He was listening to give me an answer. So that's really what it is. It's about just connecting to what that person is saying, understanding where they're coming from, and stop trying to like jump in to solve the solution and listen to what I'm saying. I'm sorry, go ahead. That's mine.
I mean, she's absolutely right. Like I didn't know that when a woman calls you and talking 110 miles per hour. I'm thinking as the man, this is our job, right? Let's fix it. But sometimes they just want to hear and be like, wow, I'm sorry that happened to you, babe. I don't know. I get empathy, in other words. So that's what I've learned. That saved me. Like my face is a lot smoother. I got less smacks in my face. She just smacked me off. But honestly, like as men, we want to fix it, and sometimes we just gotta shut up and listen. Just listen. As hard as it sounds, and just show empathy towards her when she's talking.
Exactly.
I
love that. If we would have got that the first 3-4 years of marriage.
Goodness. If I would have knew this.
It took us a long time. It might have took longer than that. But that one right there, we could pause on that. But we not. Yes. We gonna keep it moving. So the fourth one is boundaries. Man, our first year of marriage, oh my gosh. And just even after that, but the first year was just crazy. Everybody says it's all lovey-dovey.
I still ask forgiveness for boundaries. It's 10 years later, I'm still.
It's okay. I forgive you. It's okay. We've grown. We've grown.
This will hurt my soul, man.
But you want to make sure that you set up boundaries, one for your families. When you first get married, like people have a hard time letting go. Parents have a hard time letting go. Family, like you have to set clear boundaries. And if you don't, it's going to cause such a divide in the marriage, and you're just going to keep pushing further away. So boundaries with family, boundaries with friends. Like this, some of your friends before marriage might look different than after marriage. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of them might still be the same friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to set boundaries. You don't want your friend used to, coming over to your apartment before you were married, just hopping in and hanging out all night, and then when you marry, you think you can do the same thing. You have to set boundaries. And you cannot assume people have common sense. You cannot assume that. You have to be very clear up front and tell them. And then, of course, let's be real, people. Boundaries with the opposite sex. I don't know about y'all, but my name is Ariel White, and I ain't playing no games. So you have to be very clear on what boundaries. I know for me, when I got married, I just felt like I don't think any man should be texting me anytime. I don't care if he's my friend, or we go to church together. My rule is if it looks strange, like I'm just not gonna do it. At the end of the day, if it looks strange, if it looks like it could be something it's not, I'm not gonna do it. Because if he did that in return, like once again, my name is Ariel White. I don't play no games. I'm not gonna like that. I want the same respect that I was gonna extend to you. So boundaries are everything, and you gotta be clear on those boundaries. Like I said, we can't assume. I can't assume that the boundaries I feel are the same boundaries that he's gonna feel. Like you have to be very clear, because that will easily cause a divide in your relationship.
Break trust.
And break trust.
Boundaries break trust. I mean, text messages, emails, DMs. DMs must be stand for devil's mistake. Waiting to happen.
Yeah,
But
we
look,
didn't
listen,
even
guys.
have DMs when
Boundaries
we first got
are
married.
huge with the opposite sex and definitely with the family.
Yeah.
You have to train your family how your marriage is going to be. You have to
That's
train.
really what it is. You do
You
have
know,
to train people.
fellas, if mom is calling like, hey, run with me to Sam's Club, I need you to help lift all these apple juice and throw them in the car. Your wife might get upset. You know, I'm telling you, I ain't the exact story, but I've done similar things in the past. And we're gonna jump to the next one, boundaries.
Boundaries. It's everything. We could just pause on that. All of these we could pause on, but we're not going to.
And there's a book by a real expert named Henry Cloud called Boundaries. Pick that up, guys. Boundaries. Henry Cloud. It will change your marriage, your relationships. Pick that book up. Let's get to number 5 real quick.
Okay.
Number 5 is pull together. I love this one because you know what? I always talk about the story of the Belgian horses. Now, Belgian horses are 2 of the largest horses in the world. And what makes them spectacular is one Belgian horse can pull 8,000 pounds, but 2 horses can pull 32,000 pounds. So just think of the traction. I could be effective on a video, but something about doing a video with Ariel when we pull together. It's the face, it's the fineness, guys. That's really what it is. Ain't nobody trying to look at this mother. They trying to look at that. No, but you know what? But yeah, 4 times, the 2 Belgian horses pull 4 times more than 1 Belgian horse. So when you pull together, guys, in your business, in your finances, which we're going to talk to a little bit later, when you pull together, guys, you get so much more traction in your marriage, in your business, in your finances, in every area. And plus, fellas, you get a little treat at the end when you but guys, pull together, guys. It's so important.
It is. You definitely want to be going in the same direction. And like I said, we don't necessarily talk about communication as one of the lessons because we just feel like communication is like it all through all of these. But like you want to make sure like you're communicating that. Like, are we pulling in the same direction? Do we have the same goals? Yeah, it's so very important. Like I said, if you don't talk to the person, you can't assume that they know. You really can't. And when life gets real, there's so many things going on. Sometimes we just forget. So
on the flip side of it, when you're not joined in, guys, not only are you not making traction, but everything else takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even focusing on goals when your marriage is like in shambles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, with so many couples who got married when we did got divorced.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pulling into it. One the girl had an idea for this, he had an idea for this. They both were fighting all the time, and no one was there to have accountability. So they couldn't even think about dreaming together.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to dream when your marriage is a shambles.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to dream when you don't feel like your spouse loves you, when they don't appreciate what I'm doing, or when I'm not appreciating what they do. I mean, it's hard to even dream. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you.
Yeah,
Mr. Empower over here.
I'm sorry.
We'll start to encourage the dreamers out there, which is good, but we have another video.
It's a boss mom kind of mothers of
No, it's for guys. It's for everyone today. Number 6, invest time, money, and energy in your marriage. So this seems like a common sense. You should know this type of thing. But sometimes we get so caught up in like taking care of the bills, feeding the kids, making sure like life things are taken care of, that we don't intentionally invest in the time, the money, or energy in our marriage. And as sad as it is to admit, it wasn't until our 8th year of marriage, that we actually attended a marriage conference. Like an intentional conference to help you work on your marriage.
Give me Jesus. I don't know how you have it together.
Oh, Lord, Jesus is the center, and he blesses anyways. However, it took us 8 years to attend a marriage conference where we literally took time out for a weekend and just focused on our marriage. And it's funny because in that 8 years, we actually went to 2 marriage conferences in 1 year. I guess we had to play some catch up. It was really phenomenal. But just imagine if you were trying to do anything. Imagine if you were trying to be the top like NBA player and you never took time, money, or energy to practice and go out and buy the best shoes. Like, you're not going to be the best at it. So we can't assume that like our marriage is just going to thrive and it's going to be great just because we got love. Like, okay, love is cool. Love is great. But love is also an action. So if you don't put any action behind investing in your marriage, praying for your marriage, getting around other like-minded people that are winning in their marriage, like, you gonna fail. It's very easy.